let's just sew whatever. All right, we're gonna get started on cutting out the Minerva tote from Bagstock Patterns. I have the cut chart here, and then I believe I printed out page 32 to 40. Double check. Otherwise, they're all rectangle or square measurements, so we really don't need those. I'm gonna get started on cutting these out. And then there is the cutting chart here, which I will probably laminate with some packing tape so I can cross off as I cut. Always check your cut square before you get started, or I'm sorry, your test square, I don't know what I said, so that you can ensure it's printed properly. I did print from my computer, but I know it's harder to print from your phone and get it accurate, I think, for Bagstock Patterns. It may have changed, but in the past, I've definitely printed them and didn't measure my test square, so that's on me. I'm using a waterproof canvas. This is releasing on my website August 1st, and it is the PVC backed, so it's got a lot of structure. It won't need any interfacing. And then I am using these glossy clay, gloss clay, I think. I'm not sure what I called them, but I'm using lake blue and obsidian. I think I'm gonna use lake blue for the handles and the top, and then this obsidian for the bottom and center. I think it'll be really pretty. I'm gonna use that waterproof canvas for the lining as well. And then we are going to just cut these pieces and line them up. Within the pattern, there is markings for where you should overlap and tape your pieces together, which I think is fun. Sometimes it can be confusing when designers do that. Sorry, I was like, is that Ben? What is that noise? Okay. So I'm going to line these up. Make sure you're matching like U1, U6, etc. This was part of the Bag of the Month Club. Which is a every 3-month subscription. So I think there's one coming up for August, September, and October, I believe. Okay, so U2. To U2, to U3 and U4. Okay. So this is kind of cool because your bottom panel is just one large piece instead of like having your front and your back and then adding your bottom. Your bottom becomes part of the front. And it's just a different way to do it. And then I'm probably going to measure this piece as well and cut it large and then just cut out the square just because I don't trust myself cutting from a pattern piece and getting it like completely accurate. Okay. Okay, so this is the bottom. It's a big tote. I am excited. Okay. So because this is underneath another piece of our lining, etc., I am not like trimming it perfectly to those dotted lines. And for this one, same, I'm not going to trim it perfect to those dotted lines because I don't have to. It's just going to be behind, adding a little bit of stability at that line, connecting line. I want to say this bag might even be bigger than the Felicity tote from Bagstock, but maybe comparable. It's so fun. Okay, last one. When I first started making bags, I definitely preferred to use only pattern pieces, but as I've practiced more and more, I realized that cutting with a ruler is so much more efficient. Like, instead of having to cut all the pieces, I can just get started with a ruler, etc. So, love that. But I do think it's good for designers to include as many of the pieces as possible. For those of us who aren't as skilled or prolific with rotary cutter, etc. So again, for this one, I am going to measure it and then just kind of create it based off of those measurements. Probably. We'll see. Maybe. Gotta keep them guessing. Don't let them know what your next move is, you know? No, I will. Okay. Okay. Ooh, she a wide bag. Okay. And then gonna guess that this is about the same. Yeah. Alrighty, so we're done cutting out the two main paper pieces that we needed. I went ahead and measured them, wrote down the measurements so that I can still use a ruler to cut it. If possible, I don't know about the bottom panel, it's pretty big. But I can use my 18 by 18 ruler on the fold for at least some of it. So I'm excited. Let's get started to cut our materials. All right. Going along with this. You could also like absolutely use legit laminator, but I hardly know her. So that's what I'm gonna do instead. Dang. This bag requires a lot of interfacing. Okay. So my exterior top, I'm going to be using the Lake Blue vinyl, so I'll get started. We're not going to need any woven interfacing for our vinyl pieces. You also want to keep in mind any straps as well. Looks like she is doing double-sided handles. I will still definitely do that. And then I think I'm going to add, I said this in one of my other videos that I recently filmed, but I'm going to use this hardware from Sonar to add a crossbody strap. So I'm going to write that down as well, crossbody strap. Because of course, I'm going to change things. All right. So didn't wide, didn't tall, but it doesn't matter because this is non-directional, and so we're good to go. Alrighty, so I need 2 of these. And this is my, oh, well, you're not going to see that now, are you? Okay, I don't think that pen actually works. I almost used a Sharpie, like, whoa. Maybe let's don't. Okay, exterior top. I don't know that I really have to label my pieces, but I received a lovely comment from someone telling me that I should, so that I don't mess them up. So thank you to whoever you are if you're still watching. Okay, so like I said, I'm not going to add woven interfacing to this. It's mostly written if you're going to be using woven. Okay, exterior, front, middle, left, right, center. The center is that little strip. So I'll go ahead and cut that because my left and right are going to be that print. Exterior, back, middle. And then the exterior bottom is going to be the black. Lining top, I could make this vinyl, so I'll go ahead and cut that super quick while I've got it. And then I'll make my crossbody strap out of the blue. I think that'll be really pretty. So I want to make sure that I cut that from the length of the roll. Something I've learned the more I've been making bags is to try and cut as many of the same size as you can. to conserve. So like all of these are 20 long, so I want to try to cut as many of these right here as I can. I don't need any woven interfacing on that. And now, like I said, before I get too far, I want to cut my crossbody strap. So I'm just going to fold this in half. Make sure it's a straight edge. Double-sided strap, single strap. Double-sided is pretty. I'm like, do I want a 1.5 inch wide strap? 1.5 inch double-sided strap? It might be cool. Let's do it. So I'm going to cut this to 3 wide because you want to double since I'm doing a single fold and layering on top. So 1.5 times 2 is 3. I'm just moving my ruler and making one long cut. So that's my strap. So I'm going to do 3 by 54, and then I'm going to do 2.5 by 54 for the other one. Okay. So now that that's done, I've got this little strip here that I can cut my exterior, front, middle, center. And I only needed one of those. There is a woven interfacing, but I don't need it. Exterior, front, middle, center. Oh, I did the middle left and cross that out. Oops. Alrighty. Exterior, back, middle. I'm gonna have that as my print as well. Okay. So exterior bottom's gonna be the black. Lining bottom. Main zipper closure, I think I'm gonna have out of waterproof canvas. The handle top is gonna be the print, and then the handle bottom, we want it to be this. And for the zipper tab, I'm gonna use zipper. Oh, no, okay, I see, I do need actual zipper tabs. I was like, I'm gonna use hardware. No, not gonna work with this. So I've got this little section here. I'll go ahead and cut out my zipper tabs, which are little squares. And then I'm gonna make sure I put these in my hardware bin. And I am gonna use black nickel with this. I think it'll look really pretty. And so I need 2 of these hardware pieces. look really nice. All right, so that's that portion. And now we need our handle bottom. So I have 24-inch ruler. Like, I know the math, but I also would rather be safe than sorry. Okay, great. So I'm gonna grab a ruler to supplement. So I'm gonna need 2 of my handle bottoms. And we've got plenty here. Double checking that width so I can stay consistent. And then, like I said, I grabbed a ruler to help me supplement so that I've got the size accurate. And you can tape it together, honestly, if you wanted to. But I'm just gonna hold it. Oh, crap. Didn't have quite enough room right here. You can also cut your fabric, like fold your fabric in half, and then it would be cut on the fold. It's just a little less exact. All right, there's one. And here is our other. So that is it. We've got enough here to make something else with this vinyl, like a wallet, bracelet, peekaboo, whatever. Just roll this up, put it over here, stay there. And so now we'll work on our print. I think I have a yard here, so I should have enough for everything, hopefully. And this print is definitely directional, so I'm just kind of folding it up a little bit so that I can maneuver it better on the cutting table. So waterproof canvas, we do ship it folded and it does get creased. You can warm up your ironing board, or I think you could even throw this in the dryer for a couple minutes. Just make sure you test it, go slow, but you should be fine. Alrighty. I'm gonna grab my 13 by 13 ruler to cut out this measurement. Okay. Oh my goodness. It's gonna look super cute. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going this way. And now that I've got a straight edge, I can cut this one to exact. So that's exterior front, middle, left, exterior front, middle, right. They are the same exact size, just stating. Exterior front zipper pocket lining. I'm debating on if I want to use a different lining, but I'm gonna wait till the end because I do have water resistant canvas, which is a little bit thinner, so it's gonna make it so that front pocket is a little less bulky, especially since we don't have any interfacing on the back of the bag, and it's just gonna be this fabric. So I can either use waterproof canvas to line it and then use like a little bit of Decaville light on that back to match the structure so the bag doesn't want to fall over. Honestly, you could also duplicate the front on the back if you wanted 4 pockets, like if you wanted a bunch of pockets. Just throwing that out there. So I'm gonna wait to cut my lining and see what we decide. So I just cut out this piece here. It might be pretty close to the size I need it. So I'm gonna use both rulers together to get my width and my height. Oh, actually, I can use this. Yeah. Since this ruler is 8, I could just add a 1-inch ruler to the top. Slide down as I go. All right, and then now you can fully cut this. The size we need it to be. All right, so that's the back. Ooh, it's big, really big. I'm wondering too if like this could even be made into a big slip pocket or zipper pocket, or like section it here, add a zipper. I don't know why I do this. You could even add like a luggage sleeve over top. We'll see. We'll see. We'll get a little further along in all this. All right, so that's my exterior, back, middle. Okay. No interfacing, so I'm gonna cross that out. So what we have left on the first page is going to be our zipper pocket lining, Decaville heavy, stabilizer, and exterior bottom. Because I still have this fabric in front of me, I'm gonna move on to cutting pieces out of this so I don't have to switch fabrics back and forth. I think I'm gonna cut from this section down here, my handle pieces, and then my crossbody strap I'll cut from up there. Because I've already cut into this. So I've got it folded in half. It's not even cut across the bottom. So I'm gonna do that super quick. Lining it up with that fold. All right. Handle top. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this a little bit longer than needed, just because I'd rather it be too big than not big enough. Okay. And then again, this will be long enough for my crossbody strap at the top. So I'll fold it in half. I'll cut it straight. And then we'll cut our 2.5, and that 2.5 is not part of the pattern. It's just something we're doing for fun. All right. I almost feel like I need a bin just for all the straps. Yeah, this is all the strap bits. Okay, lining, that's our exterior, but I don't want it to fly away. All right. Oh, where? There it is. Okay, handle top. Got 'em. Main zipper closure. Gonna be height and width, and then you'll need 4 of those pieces. And so I've got my 2 rulers here to match that size. Again, you could probably cut on the fold as well. Just make sure nothing shifts. There's 1 technically, but I do need to cut it down. And number 2. And then we'll cut those in half. And then I'm going to clip all those together right meow. Okay, that is our main zipper closure. Shwink. So I decided I'm going to use Theratext for the lining because I don't have enough of this print. I cut out my lining zipper pocket facing. And so now I'm going to work on the rest. And I think this piece will be perfect for that. My lining zipper pocket pieces. Yes, perfect. I'm not super worried about the orientation of that print in the lining pocket, so I'll clip that together and cross those off. Dude, hilarious. Lining slip pocket. I don't know if I want to do that. Oh wait, no. That's gonna be a cargo pocket. So I'm gonna cut it to half the width because I don't mind a raw edge with the waterproof canvas. I should say half the height. Full width, half height. So I'm going to fold that at the top and the bottom and add those folds, and it's a little cargo slip pocket. Lining slip pockets, and no woven interfacing on any of those pieces for me. The main zipper closure, no woven. I'm not going to add the Decaville to the main zipper closure because the waterproof canvas is stiff enough. Handle top doesn't need any, handle bottom doesn't need any. So now I just need my lining bottom, foam stabilizer, and Decaville and the exterior bottom. So moving back to the front, I need that exterior front zipper pocket lining pieces. Okay. Curious how this one works. Maybe it's like this. Because, like, I'll be honest, I didn't read the instructions first. Come on, are you new here? Alrighty. All right, so that was 2 of those pieces. So I'm done with my lining fabrics. Plop those in the scrap bin. And then, like I said, I have enough left over. I would not have had enough for all of those pieces from this 1 yard had I cut my lining. Maybe I would. Maybe. But I'm just gonna cut from the paper pattern piece. I'm not gonna try and be fancy and measure again because it didn't do me any good last time. All right, so let's do our exterior bottom. So what I think I'll do for this is use my rotary cutter and ruler around the piece. Because I only need this one piece from it. You just want to be really careful that you don't overcut with that rotary cutter. Like, I'd much rather just use my scissors to snip out the little bit than overcut. Okay. So there was our one contrasting piece done. And that's going to get some Decaville heavy. No woven. And that Decaville heavy is going to be fused here in that area. Okay, we can kind of clean up our rulers a little bit and get that Theratex lining out. So this is from Fabric Therapy. This is a 100% polyester waterproof lining. It's very swooshy, shiny. It is a little bit thick, but has nice structure. I don't use it a ton, but it is nice to work with. You do want to be careful that you don't like really interface it though. I have interfaced it and it's not a big problem, but I know that it can kind of create deep creases when interfaced with like Decaville light. And then you could save pieces like that to reinforce snaps and stuff. All right, so while I've got this piece here folded in half, I'm just gonna make little snips in the center. And then if you think you might need to cut a crossbody strap out of this or something later, I don't recommend cutting too close or all the way off on one side. And then if you want your edges to be a little bit sharper or more exact, you can always take your ruler and rotary cutter and line it up against that edge to cut. Et voila. Okay, let's see. So I'm not adding any woven interfacing, and that was my lining. Now we just have stabilizer. All right, foam and Peltex or Decaville Heavy. I'm gonna use Decaville Heavy. And then I have these drawers where I store all my patterns, and I just keep them clipped together with all their pieces. this up, put it away. Just cute. I don't know. All right, Decaville Heavy. Well, that's exciting. Decaville Heavy piece I need is this entire ruler. There's that. And then foam is a hefty portion of this bag. So I think the width of this, perfect, is 20, so I'm just gonna go to the straight side of my foam. I'm gonna divide that in half twice, just to be safe. All right, and then I can cut that on the fold. It says I just need one of these stabilizer pieces. So that's huge. Woo. All right, we did it. That's it. That is everything we need to then sew the Minerva tote. We'll need to grab some hardware. It pretty much is just zipper pulls and zipper tape, which is really cool because the straps are already sewn in to the bag. And then I'll need crossbody hardware since I've decided to add a crossbody strap. So I hope you'll join me later this week to sew up this bag. I had so much fun cutting it out and messing up. Maybe you didn't see the mess up, maybe you did. Maybe I left it in, maybe I didn't, but bye.